Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Challenge Accepted and Punched Out Thursdays to Die For. I have just gotten Paige Evans' new collection, Splendid, in the house. And so I was anxious to use it. I'm going to use it on this page. And as you may know, Shannon and I are doing Lisa Sikorsky's Scrap-A-Sketch event, Seasons, 4 seasons in 1 month. And we're up to winter now, and Shannon and I are doing the first winter sketch. And I'm using a photo that's going to look a lot like fall, but here in the South, winter looks a lot like fall everywhere else. So I'm going to use it anyway, and because there's a lot of orange and, you know, kind of fall color in the photo, and mind you, this is a filtered photo to get that that effect. I'm going to use opposites on the color wheel, so I'm going to use a lot of blues and greens around it, and it's kind of going to go with Barrett's jacket there. This thing that they're inside of and sticking their heads out of was a giant sculpture, and then this is just its feet right here that they're kind of sticking their heads out of, and it was planted with native grasses. And so in the summertime, in the spring, the grasses are kind of lime green. In the summertime, they're green. In the fall, they get a little straw-like, and that continues through the winter. And they had a little orange tint to them, so I filtered it to really kind of magnify that. And it made Katie's hair orange and Barrett's hair blonde with orange streaks. So I love this photo, and I wanted to use it with this sketch and with this collection. So I'm doing it whether it looks wintry or not. There's no snow in this picture, but I'm guessing that for months past when this photo was taken, there was no snow. And that's at the Atlanta Botanical Gardens is where that photo was taken. So the sketch, it has an outline, a center, a block, some, I die cut some trim across here, photo, and clusters at the corners. So I'm going to kind of do just that. My photo's a different shape. What I've done here is I've taken one sheet of paper and I gutted it, and I'm going to use the floral background, and I'm going to use just a white center. I looked for another patterned paper, and I really didn't want to get too busy, and this is me talking, so you know, I'm sure you don't believe that. You're not buying a word of that. So I'll get that down, and then this is the block. I put some foam behind it, and I kind of ruffled the edges a little bit. I'm just going to kind of put it down, and I'm getting towards the end of my tape roll. I've said that in my last couple of videos, but it's not far enough along that I want to get rid of it entirely. So what I have here in my little tray, I have taken one of the patterns and I took it out of the 6x8 pad, because those in the 6x8 pad, the patterns have the gold foiling. So I used a single die, and this is the positive end, this is the negative, what was left at the paper after I cut this shape out. You can kind of see that. I'm going to use one at the top and one at the bottom. And out of the rest of the 6x8 sheet, I die cut these leaves, and I think they're going to go nicely with these these are flower sequins that come with the collection. And I'm gonna kind of go through there and pick some of the colors I like. So I thought the shininess there, or the shimmer, I guess. And then there are these epoxy dots, squares, and hearts that I'm sure I will use. I have pulled out some of the floral ephemera that I thought I might like to use, making sure that I get the turquoise and the orange, and then get a green leaf that's going to show up on the green against this green. So I wanted a different green there. And I thought as an accent, I'd bring in that kind of reddish orange color somewhere. So I'm not quite sure. And I pulled a couple others. I may want more, so I've got my full pack here. I have a sticker. I'm going to use this. This pulls out like that, and it makes a kind of a frame label shape. And there are also some bumblebees, and I think I have, I do have a ladybug. So there's a bee for bee and a ladybug for Katybug. And then I thought for my title, I really like this, having so much fun, and it happens to be in the perfect orange to match the photo, and it's going to contrast nicely with that green. And I'm also got my eye on these little gold hearts. So that's kind of how, those are the ingredients I think I'm going to use here, so we'll see. Now, the first thing I want to do is get these set. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on them and kind of tuck them down here. And I don't care which I do want to get it parallel, to get the ends parallel. And I kind of like that they're different. The die that I use there is a BrambleFox die. And I'm sorry I didn't look up the name of the die, but it has this edger in it. It also has a zigzag edger that's smaller, and a couple of frames, including a slide frame, so it's very handy. Okay, so I've got this photo. Let me put some foam behind it. In fact, I might put 2 layers of foam. I have matted it first in white cardstock and then in the same foiled cardstock that I have there. I'm gonna let's see, I want to go like that, I believe. So I'm going to put the tape there, and that raises it up nice and high so I can tuck all kinds of things underneath it. So first thing I want to tuck underneath are some of the larger flowers. And let's see, do I want that under or over? There's really nothing there. So let me get a big, long piece of this foam tape, and I'll have it kind of overhanging, then I can tuck the leaves under. So that's got enough foam tape. And I think I'm going to use another blue, and not the exact same flower, but I'm also going to go with blue, and then I'll tuck the orange ones in as accents around. This is not going to be a particularly complicated design. I'm going to follow the sketch pretty closely, and I think because I have the beautiful busy floral on the outside, I really don't want to go overboard with let's see, do I want, here's the constant question, do I want one leaf in each cluster, or do I want one cluster to have 2 leaves? I'm going to go with 2 leaves in this cluster. And I like for the clusters to be a little bit different, and I like one to have more more impact than the other. Let's see, do I maybe want it this way? There we go. I've got plenty of room here, so why not have that contrast? And then I could either have this coming down with those as hanging flowers, or I could do a grouping of, because I'm thinking I don't want this as a stand-up flower up there. So I'm going to add that bit of color down here, and I'm going to have it kind of popped up. And I haven't bent the flowers. I'll kind of curl them in a bit, and I'll do the same to the leaves, but I don't necessarily need it to be particularly exaggerated. Let's see, I'm gonna do that, and it's gonna stick like this, and these can kind of curl up and move around. Okay, now I'm going to layer a group of flowers here. Nothing particularly sophisticated about this. We'll add some layers and interest when we add the little the die cut leaves and some of the epoxy pieces there. And I'm going to add that in right there. Let me kind of I'll dry fit those and see how that looks. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little glue on there and get it kind of right under there, and let that curl stay up over the flower as I push that down, because I want some overlap there. And this one, I'll do kind of the same thing. I'll let the curl be up over this flower and let there be some overlap with that leaf. Okay, now I'm going to start adding in some small flowers in the kind of opposing color scheme, maybe kind of going off, you know, kind of trailing up here. And then I can maybe put a couple, maybe one as an accent. I want some just to be kind of out. I'm gonna go with, so do I want that or the pink? Let's go with the dark blue. Maybe right there, and I'll have it cross that border, cross that line over to the outside border there. And I'll curl these up a bit. There. Okay, now I'm going to put in these leaves. I'll let them kind of curl like that. And I'll do another one kind of right there under this orange flower, and let the leaf kind of overlap that flower. And I'll do this one here, and I have this one left. I may just use it there. I don't want to add them where my little freestanding flowers are. Let's see. Okay. Let me add the ladybug. I'm still not sure about this, but I'm going to go ahead and commit. Okay. Let me get the ladybug maybe right here. And then I'll get a bee. The bees are so cute. They have gold wings and the little striped bodies, but they are clear stickers. So I'm going to have the wing kind of hanging off the end there. I like that. I was gonna use this maybe off to the side, but I don't think I need it. I think I've got a good, I wanted anything that I could get that would reinforce that foil, the gold foil. And I think I'm good. I do like these tiny little flowers to maybe go right there. And I've got a little kind of coral one to maybe go here. So I'll do that. I love the birds and the butterflies, but I don't, well, there is a blue bird. So let me get some foam to prop it up. I think I'll just put him there. And now let's look at some of these sequin florals. This color is kind of a shiny neutral almost. It's not blue and it's not purple. It picks up the other colors that it's near. If I put one at the bottom, I want to also put one up at the top. And I'll kind of do that right there. And I've got some tiny ones that might want to go there. And let me put a tiny one down here. I'm really loving the orange. And I want to turn this one upside down and maybe work it in to this cluster. Let's see if that will work. It's not, it can't go deep enough in there for what I'm wanting. So I'll put it here instead. And I'm going to do this one upside down as well, or at least the opposite way. And I'll kind of tuck it in here, just for a little bit of sparkle. And now I'm going to come look at, do I want the colored hearts or these gold ones? I'm going to go with the gold. let me put the title on first. I love these this and that stickers. They are not only foam, they're also kind of a really nice vinyl coating. Okay, so I think I like my title there, leading up to the flowers. And it almost crosses that line, but it ends right at the white. So that's okay. That's perfectly fine. And I'm going to put a heart there and a heart here, one here, and I have to have my overlapping hearts. I'm going to do it down here. I'm going to use all of them. Let's see. Maybe off that way. And right there. Okay, now I'm going to go back with just some enamel or epoxy dots. I'm going to go with I like it down here. And I'll use one of those up here as well. Maybe right there, kind of in conjunction with that. And then I will pull an orange to kind of go close to it. Same here. And I'm going to go with the lime green for my third color. I don't want those quite so triangle-y. Is that a legitimate term, a legitimate scrapbooking term, triangle-y? And Lisa knows that that's not my favorite scrapbooking term. Okay, I think I'm done. I have lots of die cuts from a couple different die sets. This, of course, you've seen before, but I've never cut these leaves out of a foiled printed paper. And oh my gosh, I love that. So I'm happy with how it all turned out. And I can add some journaling right in here about where we were and what the date was. It's one of many photos that I have from that visit, and I think I may have scrapped it in a Project Life story about that visit to the botanical gardens, but I don't think I've ever done a 12 by 12. So here it is. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll go out and try something. Feel free to lift this or anything else that I do. I put it out there for you and what you can make of it. This is Lisa's sketch. If you do lift my page, you might want to give Lisa a mention because she designs these really amazing and versatile sketches. And I've used all the product on here. Everything except the ladybug is from Paige Evans' Splendid. So thank you for watching. Bye.